Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
So there is a web assessor Salesforce. The spelling is important. Web assessor, ASSESSOR. Here you have to register yourself first. That is sign in. Create a web assessor login account. You have to fill this. Put your email ID, personal email ID. Please use that. Put your contact number, email here, all your details, address line, your total detail address, email ID the same one, company you may or may not mention. Please, are you select this one, SFDC partner, and verification opt-in, select yes, and role primary focuses in this sector will be private. Yeah, rest is quite simple. Just fill it, save it, and then basically that login and credentials will come to you. Then you log in using your this user ID password. You come to your site here, register for an exam. We will give you coupons through which you can get discounts. So when you are registering, let us know. Okay.
What is the amount of the coupon you're giving, Animesh?
This will give you a 50% discount.
Okay.
This exam, this is the exam you have to do. So administrator, Salesforce certified administrator. So this is a $200. So if you use the coupons, which we will share after this class to you, some of the coupons may have expired. So use the other ones. Keep on using whatever is active right now. Okay. So when the coupons are done, you will see that it will come down to $100. I think the third coupon is active right now. I will check and let you know. So I am not able to register here just because I have already done it. So once it is done, it will not be able to register it. So I would suggest to register it with this on-site proctored. This is basically you have to go to a institute. There are only two places wherein you can give the certification in West Bengal. One is in Salt Lake Sector 1, and another is in opposite Quest Mall Park Circus. These are the two centers that are available for giving the exam. So I would suggest to use these. This is lot less hassles. Otherwise, you can also go and do an online proctor. This will be, you can do that sitting at home. But here you have to register a lot of processes there. You have to register, you have to give the exam from a laptop or a computer which has a webcam, and the lighting conditions needs to be absolutely same. Otherwise, what will happen? It will not even recognize you. Yeah. So there are some complexities associated towards it. Yeah. So I would suggest if you can go for on-site, this is little difficult to manage. That's it. But you can, of course, if there is no other opportunity, go to online proctored also. If you face any problem, let me know immediately. I will also tell you the way in which you can like make necessary changes, get help from web assessor and so on. Yeah, but don't register directly without letting us know. So and the coupon, otherwise things may go wrong, and then we are in again. You have to go and correct it and so on. Have a lot of hassles, unnecessary. Let's when you're registering, let's wait or we can register together. You can let us know and we can register. Yeah. So this is the exam which we have to give. This is Salesforce site. This money you are paying to Salesforce. After the certification, you will be getting a Salesforce certified administrator certification. And you also get a logo that you are certified. This logo you can use on your resumes, CVs, and LinkedIn profiles. I have 24 of them that you are seeing on Salesforce, something like this. Yeah, you can see list license certification, sorry, these ones. These are like these logos you will get, which you can add it to your profile. Yeah, gives you a great opportunity of selling yourself. Great profile building. So please register and get ready for certification. Whenever you have registered, we let me know immediately. Then we will, what we do is that we will start the sessions for certification preparation. Because whenever you have registered, then from that time, I think it is wiser to do that, because otherwise the whatever we discuss becomes stale and you have to do it all over again. So I don't want to waste your time and my time. If you have registered, then you show your registration and then we'll start the training. Otherwise not. Yeah.
So Animesh, after registering and finishing all the trails and going through the videos, what else we need to cover for going for the certification?
Yeah, that I'm talking next. This is basically in the trail head. You can search for administrator certification. Study for administrator certification exam. Okay, so there is a trail. Please register this. That is very important. What happens is that if you go for yeah, so this trail, please complete study for the administrator examination preparation, as well as here you get a trailhead.salesforce.com credential administrator. Okay, this one. So basically these three trails. So I will share these ones with you. These three trails. Yeah, I would suggest you study for this one. I already said. So this one, apart from prepare for Salesforce execution and interactive practice test, please complete these three trails. Prepare for Salesforce administration examination. 90% of those modules you have already completed. These are a part of your existing admin beginner these trails. Okay, so most of them you have already completed with the three trails you have done so far. There are some more materials here and some more modules here which you should have to cover. Yeah, so please go through that. Anything which is left out, and we'll discuss. We'll not have separate class for this, but in the trail, in the admin certification discussion, all those materials you can ask questions on it. We will cover this. Yeah, these three trails, please cover it. This 44 hours 39 minutes, don't get panicked with it. 90% of this trail is already complete from your side, and these are all, those 2 hours long trails. So that's very easy to complete in any day. But this is the path wherein all you get all the three trails.
These have hands-on also.
There are hands-on. There are some study materials also.
In the examination, will there be any hands-on?
No. Exam is purely multiple choice. Multiple choice, though there might be more than one answers also. So it will say, if it is a radio button, it is a one single select. And if it is a checkbox, then it is a multi-select, and it will tell you how many options you have to select. 2 options or 3 options, everything. And you cannot proceed further without selecting them all. So you cannot skip questions. You have to answer and then go to the next question. So it will be like a wizard feeling. One by one, the questions will come.
We can go back and edit also.
Yes. You can. You will. There is a, when you are done with everything, you can go back and go back and forward. You can of course go, but after the all answers has been given, and you can mark answers, some questions for review also. So that when the last question is answered, then the review screen will open up. You can go to any question and any answer. The question which you have marked for review, that will appear as star, but you can go forward and start from the beginning and revise everything. So there's no problem.
Sure.
Sir.
Yeah.
I have one confusion that these three portions are only from Salesforce, or there are velocity portions also.
Only Salesforce admin codes which we have covered.
Okay.
Nothing,
Sir.
no questions will come from Velocity. Velocity has a different certification. I will show that also.
Sir, then as of now, what will be practicing more, velocity portion or this Salesforce portion for this examination?
Right now, the priority is Velocity. Certification you can do on your own time. That is not a problem.
Okay.
You
Okay.
whenever
See,
you
Anupam,
have registered, you let us know.
Yeah, Anupam. See, basically, you are already trained in Salesforce admin part. You have already covered Sales Cloud. The certification will be on that part only. But Velocity is a sponsored training. That is, I think I did not speak to you regarding this. I'll call you, or you will call me. I'll make you understand. Velocity is an advanced level of some training which is sponsored by BongBong Academy itself. So that will be a opportunity to get a job on immediate basis.
Okay,
Understood?
Okay, sir.
So if you can go through Velocity, if you can get it done, then there is a probability to get a job in an instant basis. But certification and admin part, it is absolutely up to you. If you want to do it after 3 months, if you want to do it after 1 year, we have no issue. But you have to
Yes,
understand or learn Velocity to get a job immediately. For that, you do not need to have a certification. It has a different certification. We will talk to it on later on.
Okay, sir.
So
Yes.
please go through it first. Then we will discuss on the certification on Velocity.
Yeah, the certification for Velocity is should be here. Yeah, Omni Studio Developer. This is the certification for Velocity. You are doing an Omni Studio Trail, right? This same. This is a certification for that. This you can do next. After you're done with admin.
And one more thing, you cannot do any certification unless you at least pass the basic admin certification. So you have to do the admin certification part first. Yeah, I'm right, Nimesh?
Admin, I don't know. Admin is a dependency on Omni or not. Let me check once.
That we need to check once. Okay.
I don't. The other certification has administrator as basic, but I don't know. Omni Studio needs admin or not. I have to check that. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Omni Studio credentials. In any case, there is a dependency is there or not. It does not matter. Please complete the administrator certification first, then move to other places. This is the basic certification you have to do.
So the learning path is first focus on Velocity training, then admin certification, then Velocity certification.
Priyanka, if you want to be a freelancer kind of job, or if you want to be part of the freelancer team, so for that reason you do not need to get any certification as well. So for job market, or if you go for the interview, then people can ask that how many certification have you done. But it is, I think, that message should be very very clear.
Okay.
For you, if wherever you go for an interview, they will first ask you how many certification you do or you did. But for freelancing type of kind of job or work, you do not need any certification. Your learning and your understanding or your execution matters.
Yeah, so that is all about certification. Of course, when you are done with Omni Studio Trail, you also think about Omni Studio certification. But nothing to rush on certification, as I said, if you are not rushing for the job. But if you're rushing for the job, certification is something which you have to rush to. I will share the coupons shortly. And when you want to register, let us know.
And Animesh, I just want to request you to give them an idea how a project work does from the developer level to the tech lead to the architect, project architecture or something like that. The total scenario, overall idea how a project is going on. So they will have a idea. So that if you can give at least 5-10 minutes time on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. Give me 1 second. Let me join from my tab because I would need some whiteboarding for this.
I have a question. After registering and selecting a date, we can postpone or prepone that?
Yes, you can. But 72 hours before, otherwise there will be a loss of your money.
You can change the date, or you can do whatever you want to like. It should be 72 hours before the exam date.
You can even cancel. Cancellation
Okay.
will give you your money back. So no problem.
But guys, whenever you will do the registration, please do let us know, because once the money goes, then there will be, if there is any problem, then you will not get the money back. So there may be a problem. So do your registration with the help of Animesh only. At the time of registration, just give him a call, or ask how to do it, and be in the call, or do a Zoom meeting or something like that, and then do it. Or better tell Animesh to make the registration. If there is, if you feel at least any issue or something.
Okay. Till now, what we talked about in Salesforce, there can be different editions. So right now, the normal customers will be using unlimited editions. Then we also have a enterprise edition. Then we will have, I think, professional edition. Similarly, there is a developer edition, which you are using. Playground is a developer edition. Okay, so there can be different editions. That is a different version of Salesforce, which a person can purchase or spawn. Based on these editions, your features of that Salesforce will also vary. Your licenses will vary based on these editions. It is very important. So based on editions, your licenses money or licenses, what is the rates of licenses of your users will vary. So there are different rates. We are not going into that detail. There is Salesforce to manage this all. So you have to only think about the additions so that you know that what features cannot be enabled in this org. Yeah, so that is important. Based on different editions, what happens is that in developer org, what we are doing is that we have one org and you can have maximum 2 users. One of them already you are yourself who is logging in, and you can create another user there who can log in. So that is the developer editions thing, only two licenses. For customers, if they specifically go for the number of licenses they need for their internal users, exact numbers. So it can be in thousands, it can be even. So these things will come. So based on editions, there is other features, which is one of them features is called sandbox. So in customer environment, we directly do not work on the production environment. So this direct what we are working in developer box, there is only one box, right? But exactly on real life business, when the actual things work, we do not work directly with customers production, because that things may go wrong and then customer will be in a terrible situation. They cannot do their day-to-day life business. So we do this all on a copied box. These copied boxes are called sandbox. There can be different kinds of sandboxes. One is dev sandbox, another dev pro sandbox, another is partial copy sandbox, another is called full copy sandbox, and of course production itself is there. So these are the different kinds of. Another thing is called scratch org, also we call it. Where will you use? These are all different kinds of sandboxes. The scratch org is just a vanilla org that does not have anything. This is a new instance of something of that sort. Scratch org can be utilized in new agile projects. What we'll describe next. The class is not on agile, so but this why these sandboxes are required. So what happens is that in actual project we will have a dev box, then we will probably have an integration box to test system integration that need more data. That's why it will be a dev pro box. From there you might take to a full copy sandbox. That would be your UAT, wherein you will do a UAT. UAT means user acceptance testing. That means customer will test whatever you have done so far. Give a sign off. Sign off means approval, and then it will be put to staging environment, which will be a partial copy with not full data of production, and then finally the whole code will be moved to production. So the code will travel this way. Code means code and configuration, everything. And this all traveling will happen using a thing called change set. So if you create a change set, that will have different components, you can grab it all together and you can deploy it like this. Okay, one by one across environments, you will keep on deploying. First level, your developer will work here, admins and developers will work here on a separate box. This will have no data. So all data has to be created from production, but all configuration and customization is already copied. Data is not copied. Metadata is copied. Here, DevPro box also the same. The metadata is copied. Data is not copied. UAT, metadata and data both are copied from production. Here, metadata is fully copied. Only partial copy is also copied, not full data. And production has all metadata and data. This is the point of truth, the source for all the sandbox. In sandbox is a replica box wherein you do your test, development testing, user acceptance testing, and then finally you give a sign off. When you are happy, you deploy this into production, and that is made available to all users. Yeah, right. Any questions? No questions? Okay, so this is sandbox, very crucial one thing. Second, we also need to understand how Salesforce can be connected to other systems. So this side is Salesforce, and this is like a Java platform or a SAP. Yeah, this can be other system. So how Salesforce will pass values from this system to this system and get values. So Salesforce by default has a standard auto generating API, which is called SOAP API. And another is called REST API. Both are there in Salesforce. You can use either or. So what will happen? You can connect to Salesforce using SOAP API. You can push data, pull data. You can push data using API, REST API, pull data or push data. Both has that can be done from Salesforce. These are APIs are in Salesforce. This is hosted to outer world. They can connect to this APIs and they can bring data from Salesforce into their system. Clear?
I have one question here.
Yeah.
That in what scenario do we want to integrate SAP and Salesforce?
So in Salesforce is a CRM system, right? So customer
Right.
relationship management, customer data is in Salesforce, but SAP probably it does your billing and invoicing.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
is your ERP system. ERP.
Okay.
So CRM and ERP has to talk to each other, right? So customer information is created in Salesforce, but same customer
Okay.
information needs to be copied into ERP. Otherwise, whose billing is this? I don't know, right? So that information
Got it.
has to be passed from Salesforce to ERP system. ERP system will then take the invoice, create the invoice, or then and bill these customers.
And why would we need Java and Salesforce integration?
Sometimes you will not have in-house application that has been built in Java, right? Those systems also need Salesforce information. So customer information. So in that case, there will be integration needed with those systems with Salesforce.
Okay.
There are different techniques. What is SOAP and REST? First, let's explain. SOAP and REST are two technologies to connect. Salesforce only supports SOAPs and REST and nothing else. There are other technologies also possible, but Salesforce does not use it. SOAP is simple object access protocol. That is XML based protocol. XML. So it is this Angular bracket and tag based protocol. So Salesforce has a data model, say how the information and the data will pass from one system to another system. There will be different formats, right? One of the format is XML data. That if you use XML format, that would be SOAP. If you are using a JSON format, that would be basically REST. Nowadays, REST is the most popular. SOAP is getting out fashioned. And REST is a little faster because this Angular bracket, this is creating a lot of characters to transfer. JSON is quite easy and smaller, easy to work on. So that is the only difference. So these are two technologies, and the technologies and techniques are a different thing, and techniques can be also different. There can be synchronous, there can be asynchronous. I will not get into those details, but there are basically features in Salesforce that can be utilized. As I said, connecting to Salesforce, pulling and pushing data into Salesforce can be done using SOAP API and REST API of Salesforce. Okay. Now, if I want to push data outside from Salesforce to another system, that means inbound. Inbound means when some other system is trying to connect to Salesforce, that is inbound. So inbound, Salesforce automatically gives two APIs to connect to itself. For outbound, when Salesforce wants to pass some information to some other system or wants to get information from other system, in that case, there are many ways in which we can do these things. But you can write code to connect to SOAP or REST. Then you can use outbound messages. You have heard about this. This was basically used in workflow, right? Outbound messages. In workflow, you can create an outbound message. Outbound message is basically a SOAP call out happening from Salesforce to other system. It is a fire and forget mechanism. That means it is not waiting for results, whether it is success or failure. Outbound messages is one technique. Then there are other techniques like platform events. One of the things in the admin advanced course you are learning, that is called external services, right? How many of you finished it? External services is one of the techniques, which is a REST call out technique, REST technology. So outbound messages was SOAP, external services is REST. Both of them are Salesforce features which you should be aware of, but it will advance to deal with. Any questions? 989398. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so that is what I wanted you to understand, and these are all theories. We'll not get into implementation this because these are advanced things. I would suggest to spend time on your career and certification and learning velocity. So they wanted to cross check this every week. We will keep on this connect going if you want, or we can stop it till you are prepared, ready for registration, and then basically we will reinitiate the sessions. Yeah.
Sir,
That's all from our side today. I hope you have a great day ahead and a happy weekend.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.